Alright, so this is a video to kind of take a look at Quest 1 and give you some insight on what you need to do for Quest 1. So in Quest 1 you have a link to a story or a web page here, I should say. It says question, what's the implied interest rate on rent-to-own merchandise? And then you have a Word document. And so you need to open the web page and you need to open the Word document and click Enable Edit so that you can go in here. And then where it asks the questions, you can hit Enter and then put your answer in there. So when I look at this Word document, the first thing it says is show the work to prove the big box cash cost of $1,097 is 23% less than the cash cost at the rent-to-own. So when I go to the rent-to-own, I have to read through it to figure out what the cash price is. So in here we've got this washer dryer. The rent-to-own price is $119.99 a month, and you own it in 24 months. So that means you pay this amount per month each month for 24 months. Then it says everyday low price. So if you paid cash for it, this is how much you would end up paying. And you have that all listed for you out here in this little box. So I've got a cash price, it's very small, but let me see if I can. I don't think I can make it any larger, but maybe you can enlarge it on your screen. You've got the number of payments, you got the rental period, you've got the amount of each payment per month, you have the total number of payments. Now the total number of payments is how much you pay at the end of the 24 months. So the cost of the rental is the difference between the total amount of payments and the cash price. So the cost of the rental, that's how much they're charging you in interest. So anything above the cash price is interest. And so that's the basic idea here. And if you read through the story, it talks about how to, it talks about what the washer and dryer is at a big box retailer. Big box retailer is something like Home Depot or Best Buy. And it talks about, is it better to rent to own? Is it better to pay it right out front? And so that's what you're trying to discover here. So you walk it through here. What's the cash price at the rent to own store? So we had that up here. And then what about the big box store? The big box store, when you read through here, it talks about, well, we did a Google search, we came up with this price. So we have to figure out the total of these two. And you're going to enter them there. And then it says, what's the difference? So then the difference is the subtraction. So you're going to look at, well, where does the 23% come from? Then when you come down here, remember I told you that a certain amount in this box is interest. So the principal is the original amount. Like, what is the cash price? That's the principal. The interest is the amount that you end up paying over that cash price. The rate is what you're solving for here because you're trying to find the interest rate. And the time is the time in years. So you got to figure out how many years are you paying this for rent to own. Then you'll solve. So you have the formula I equals P times R times T. And so you have one missing variable, so that's what you're going to solve for. And then you do the same thing in number 3. Number 3, though, is using the big box price as the principal. So again, you'll solve for R and find out what that rate is. 4, 5, and 6 is talking about some discussion. Like, is there a catch when big box stores, you'll see like Best Buy will say, same as cash for 12 months. What happens if you don't pay that? What after the 12 months? Do you have to make minimum payments? So you might have to do some research there. And then number 5, why would the consumer be willing to pay a high interest rate? So why do some people use the rent to own model? Why don't they just pay it outright? And number 6, what advice would you give someone? Are there other options when you're buying something? What other options can you have if you don't want to rent to own? So those are just some tips of how to look at this quest and answer the questions. If you're struggling with anything in the quest, just shoot me an email and I can help walk you through it.